Welcome to In My Element. Today we have Wilson, also known as Melon_YH2 on Instagram, and he's going to give us a tour of his 2010 Honda Element. Maybe you can give us just an idea of why you decided to build an Element in the first place.
I decided to build this Honda Element because I like to do light camping with my friends. I needed a car that, could haul a lot of stuff, had capabilities, and I go snowboarding every year, so this car has been great for me to pile all my friends inside, put a snowboard rack on, take out to Mammoth, take out to Big Bear, and really like the space. And then what I've been surprised about, the community has been awesome in terms of having all these Honda Element folks in SoCal, NorCal, across the United States, just pull information from and get help. So it's been really great to have this car for the last 3 years.
You've also built other Hondas before, right?
Yeah, so my other car is a 2005 Acura TL that I've put a lot of time and money into since 2014. It's very, very tuner inspired. So that car has been what I learned a lot about cars and what I applied to this Honda Element.
Awesome. So why don't you go ahead and give us a tour of the exterior. What do you have going on here?
For the most part, it's very hard to see what I've done to it unless you kind of know a little bit about mods. But off the bat, a lot of folks always ask me about my headlights. So these aren't stock headlights. I put in a projector from Morimoto. Projectors help keep the light sharp across the cars instead of blinding everybody. And it's really improved a lot because when I first drove this car, I could barely see the road with the stock headlights on. I thought it was very dangerous. It looked like someone's holding flashlights in front of my car. But adding these on took me about a few hours. Opened them up, dropped them in, wired all the ballasts and the projectors inside, and then I've been happy with having them ever since.
Awesome. And what other exterior lights do you have on the Element?
Yeah, so this is a Zeus Armor. I call them the amber grill lights. I just put these on fairly recently. They're kind of like the Ford Raptor RAV4 lights, kind of very strong presence at night. And then this car is actually not an SC. A lot of folks confuse it with SC just because I have the bumper on, but it's actually a LX. And LX came with like a rubber half bumper. I didn't like that style too much, and then I kind of took a shot at putting the Element SC bumper on the car because I originally wanted Element SC, but unfortunately it didn't come four-wheel drive, and I kind of wanted all the good things about Honda Elements could have. So I decided I'm going to try and make my LX look as close to SC as possible and combine both function and form with that. So this is the SC bumper I had. I bought new from Honda, painted it, and then threw it on there. I just had to trim like one tab underneath this thing, and it all fit in perfectly. And these are actually 03, 06 fog light bulbs because the 09 to 11 SC fog lights are pretty much discontinued. You can't find them anywhere, so I just kind of made these fit.
And you have some ditch lights as well?
Yeah, so I have these ditch lights for aerogenics. This is like one of the first mods I got because I thought that was an off-roading thing to do, which is putting these ditch lights on. It actually helped me out when I was driving to Wyoming. There was a bunch of deer on the side of the road, and I was able to see them. That was really nice. And then the other thing that I've got was I wanted this car to kind of feel like a very motorsports kind of inspired kind of car. So I put on some very light Volk TE37 wheels. If you weigh a normal Honda Element wheel or Steely or any 5-spoke, they're about 26 pounds. I was able to shave 14 pounds off each corner.
Wow.
So that way, when I throw a bigger tire on here, these tires aren't that big. They're the stock 215/70/16 size tire. I won't feel the drag and the fuel economy hit. So these are like one of my favorite kind of wheels. I have them 19-inch version on my Acura. And then the last thing I got for this car in terms of brakes and wheels were these spoon calipers. These also are motorsports grade calipers that offered by Spoon Sports Japan. They're from Acura RSX. They're 4-piston calipers. They say it's kind of overkill on Honda Element, but I think it looks cool.
And it looks like you have the clear side markers.
Yeah, so I like to tinker. My style is like, if I could do it, why not try it? So these are actually from a Honda Pilot. I was like, I don't know if I like clear, because these came amber originally from the factory. So when I had the first on, I was like, I don't know if I like it. And I'm like, no, what? I kind of like it because it kind of meets the car a little bit. It kind of makes you look more focused on the wheels and everything else. Because when they have too much colors floating around, it kind of is distracting. But yeah, these are Honda Pilot side marker fender lights. Yeah.
Do you have anything on the rear hatch to show us?
Yeah, so The only thing that I really have on the rear hatch is I found this SC spoiler at a junkyard. Right before I was gonna leave, I actually came for the center console and I got it. And right when I was about to leave, I saw the car had a rear wing on there, SC rear wing.
Wow.
So I was like, I almost passed out because I was like, oh my God, that's like an $800 spoiler.
That's a nice little treasure find, huh?
Yeah, and also have this rear hitch from Agency 6. I actually just got it just in case I need to get towed out from anywhere, but I also put a camera mount on here because some of my other hobbies include video shooting as well. So I've been able to mount like a camera mount on this, I forget what it's called, but it's like a adapter to mount equipment onto it. Every car in the world has about three number chassis code. The Honda Element is YH2 if you're a four-wheel drive car, and I got YH2 as my plate car. So you'll see sometimes Honda Elements across the United States have some kind of YH2, YH1 in their Instagram names or license plates. YH1 is the front-wheel drive version of the Honda Element, and YH2 is the YH2 is the four-wheel drive Honda Element. So I got that plate. YH1 is still available in California, by the way.
It kind of feels like, in Dubai, how they have like the really low numbered plates. Yeah. Like, this is what that kind of feels like, having just like a 3-letter plate.
Yeah, I mean, I always see cars driving around with 2-letter plates. I'm like, well, how did you get that? And when I got my 3rd-letter plate, I got a few people asking me, what does YH2 mean? I was like, oh, it just means my car's chassis code. So yeah, I get looks from here and there about my 3rd plate as well.
Did you do any like paint correction? Because the paint looks really good on it.
Yeah, so when I got this car, it looked like a chalkboard. It had all these scratches, everything, and I was like, you know, it's gonna be my daily car. I shouldn't care too much about it until my friend said, hey, if you polish it, it'll look really good. So my friends at Speed Renegades was able to polish this out for me and then make it look crystal clear.
Yeah, I mean, like I can clearly see my reflection in it. It's like really nice paint for it. Yeah. It's a cool look.
So I buy a lot of parts from Japan, just like from Yahoo Auctions, and then I came across some old posts on the Element Owners Forum saying that the Honda Element had folding mirrors. I was like, wait, no way. So then I looked on that Yahoo Auctions, and I noticed that the US mirrors, we only have 3 pins in the mirror connector. All the Honda Elements in Japan, they have 5 pins. I'm like, wait, those extra 2 pins, they have to be for something. And I realized they're for folding mirrors. So I actually was able to figure out how to wire these, install these, and then adjust them to be US spec. So I'm able to fold them in now. So
that's cool.
And then they fold out.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I think it's for like if you park in tight streets like in Japan, you want your mirror to be folding so no one knocks it. But I fold it all the time just because I don't want someone to smack my mirror. But yeah, I was able to get this going, and then I actually found a brand new set of these mirrors in Ohio or something.
Wow.
So like I think they're old stock, but yeah, I think there's only a few of us or one other person in California has them, which is Element Bros.
Yeah, that's cool. What's this sweater you have here? It says model. Let me see. It says Model X on it. What is that?
Yeah. So Model X was actually the concept name of the Honda Element before it was the Honda Element. My roommate actually, his coworker's husband was on the interior design team and was able to work on the Honda Element, which I had to ask that man a lot of questions. But right before they clean out their home, they're like, hey, does your roommate want this old sweater with the Model X? I'm like, yes, I do. So I think I haven't seen one for sale or anything, but this is the concept sweater from the Model X Honda Element team. So I know some people are asking me to buy it, but I'm not gonna give it away.
Yeah, I kind of wonder what that thing's worth. I'm really glad you brought it out today. That's cool. So do you have anything in the engine bay that you want to show us?
Yeah, so I just tweaked a little bit of things here and there. Mainly I was doing my valve adjustment, and you know what, the not typical, but most common mod for like a Honda that's very tuner inspired is to give it a nice wrinkle red valve cover. So I did that.
Yeah.
I guess Honda got the idea from Ferrari a long time ago to paint it wrinkle. So if you look at it, it has a little wrinkle texture. Hybrid racing fuel cap. I guess it's for like when you do motor swaps, it doesn't hit the hood. But the only thing that really the engine bay I'm proud of is I was able to fit a 2006 to 2008 Acura TSX intake manifold. These intake manifolds are a little bit longer than the Element, so it gives a little bit more torque because air is able to accelerate faster into the engine, and I actually feel a little bit of pep at the lower RPM. So It was kind of a mission to put it in there just because there's not a lot of room, but it bolts right on. And I've seen people do it on the Element owners forum a long time ago, but I don't think this mod is very common anymore just because that I don't think there's a lot of write-ups on it. There's not many YouTubes on it. I know Miguel is working on doing that for someone else, so maybe you'll see a video from Miguel about doing it. But I highly recommend it just because if you go to Junkyard, you get it for $30 and it's a good pickup. Yeah.
That's cool. And I never asked earlier, but is this a all-wheel drive? Is it a 5-speed or is it a 4-speed automatic?
Oh, so my Honda Element is a 4-wheel drive automatic.
Okay, nice. Very cool. I love the look of the red cover. And that's kind of what I like about your build in general is that it has that like 90s sort of tuner vibe to it, you know?
Yeah, I think motorsports is like a quality or grade that is nice to try to reach to because it's a higher quality. But I think it's just fun to try to get to that level. I mean, I know these cars aren't race cars or anything, but I think there should be kind of not a standard, but in a model to look up at there, right? Yeah. So that kind of gave this car that kind of that standard to work off of. Yeah,
that's awesome. Do you want to show us the interior now?
Yeah, sure. So if anyone that had a Honda Element LX knows, that's the bare bones version of this car. Unless you buy a 2003, which has like no anything in there. LX doesn't have an armrest, doesn't have speakers in the doors. Doesn't have speakers in the A-pillar. Doesn't have a subwoofer. It doesn't have a dome thing. So I literally made my car an SC by doing an Element SC console, Element EX, I guess headliner dome thing, and then I was able to put a Toto 10-inch head unit.
So it looks like you upgraded the steering wheel over here.
Yeah, so when I first got this car, I realized the Honda Element steering wheel was very chunky and kind of big. So I recently learned last year from Benji, Black Betty Type S, that the RSX Type R Integra steering wheel actually fits on this car. So I was able to fit it. The only difference, I had to swap the airbag to be 2-stage, and then I was able to fit a cruise control button on there. So I really like it. It has a little red Honda emblem, so a little bit stylish and pretty cool.
Yeah, and then it looks like you also added in the SC center console.
Yeah, so when I first got this car, it had nothing in the middle. I was putting my cup of water in like this little small center console thing. So I was able to find this at Junkyard, but someone got to it before me and destroyed it completely. Oh, no. I was able to glue it all back together, paint it, found the armor somewhere else, and then it's been great to have this thing in there. I didn't think I'd like it, but it's been really useful.
Classic Broadway. These things are awesome. Yeah. I love these, yeah.
Yeah, those mirrors, I think it just kind of helps you see your blind spots, and then once you take it away, you realize how small your viewpoint is. So it's always like a standard thing to have. Unless your mirror has like a night anti-glare, then you should throw one of these on there.
Yeah, I have one of these as well. Yeah, that's awesome. That's so crazy that you added the headliner glove box thing. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and then I've been like playing around with doing a build-in mod for when I go camping, but so for the most part, I've been getting away with just kind of putting the seats down and putting like a foldable bed on here, and then I've been working out okay. So once I get more serious about building out for camping real time, then I'll start playing with this stuff. But for now, I just fold the seat down, put like a little bed on there, and then I'm good.
Well, you also mentioned that you bring your friends along, so it's like that's the one trade-off is like now you could actually have your friends in. What I like about the Honda Element being a passenger in the back is that they have the stadium seating, so you can still see out the front. That's so freaking.
They always feel like they're gonna fly through the windshield. But I'm like, no, you're good.
And what kind of seat covers do you have here?
The old owner gave these to me. I think they're called Cover Kings. I'm not too sure about it, but they've been holding up pretty well. I take them off to clean them every time I go camping. They do pick up a lot of dust, but for the most part, no complaints here.
Yeah, I have Cover Kings as well, and they're a little bit different material, but the fit is very similar, so they might be Cover Kings, you're right. Anything else in the interior that you want to show us?
No, I eventually want to go full SC black interior. I'm just waiting for someone to sell it. Just because, like I said, I drive my friends a lot, and then I'm not a big fan of tan. That's why all my interior trim pieces here, they were actually tan. And I was able to find the black SC versions of all these pieces. Wow. So I was like, I gotta convert it over. But yeah, most likely the next thing would be just kind of converting all this to black eventually.
So if you're selling SE seats, you can hit up Wilson. He'll buy them off you.
Yeah, give it to me.
Got a couple of fun stickers over here.
Yeah, so like this is actually my Acura car crew. It was actually the first sticker I put on there because I want to make sure that everyone knew that it was me still driving the car. But yeah, I actually threw on a lot of the stickers I got from, because the first trip I took in this car was to Teton National Park, and then I went to Moab last year. But I mean, all these stickers are literally the friends I made along the way in owning my Element. Joseph, Element 44, Molly, and then Steady Garage was the garage that made the grill lights. And then we got Chris, Element Bros, we got Drizzo and Benji from Element Lowlights, and then we got Rebecca and Steven, the main center point of a lot of the Element events. So I want to make sure I represented them, and make my stickers feel like they had some meaning to me. So then because I can fill this car with stickers I've gotten from all over the place, but I want to make sure I'm very selective in which ones I put on there, just because I want to make sure they matter, right?
Yeah. Awesome, man. Do you want to pop up the hatch real quick and see? I know it's stock, but it's always fun to see, you know?
Yeah, it's like a brochure, right?
This might be the first time anyone's ever seen a Honda Element. Like, they might be clicking on YouTube and they just come across this video, and they never have seen a Honda Element, so.
Yeah, this is the hatch, the Element. I have the little optional cargo cover that I don't think people usually like to have, but I like to have it because I like to hide my stuff. Still looking for this rear mat. There's an OEM one, but this one's been fine. This is the Amazon version.
Looks great.
Yeah, and then I'm working on like a tailgate strut, kind of like this, but for this to go lower and slower. So
it slam down.
Yeah, I just haven't had time to kind of do more R&D, because I got to this point where I realized what the things I need to make it work. I just haven't had time to tweak it out.
Wow. Yeah. And you have the escape hatch.
Oh yeah. So the old owner was able to wire this this very basic hatch pull. I'm gonna make it into like an electronic one eventually, like the one that you push the button and unlock it. But it's things that I'll come across once I feel like I need it, kind of thing.
Yeah. For now it works.
How you want to do this?
Let's do it in the catch.
In this?
Yeah.
All right. So I buy a lot of stuff from Japan, like it's almost an addiction for Yahoo Auction. So I was able to find this Japanese magazine for the Honda Element. Like, it's all about the Honda Element.
No way.
So it has like when they designed it, like options. It's like almost like a Honda Element Bible in a sense. All the gear they used to sell for this car. I think this magazine came out in like 2004. Let me see. 2000. I don't know when it came out actually, but yeah. It was really cool to buy this from Japan and just see. I don't know what I use Google Translate to read what it says sometimes.
Oh, can I see that one? That's really cool.
Oh yeah, it's like your car.
Dude.
Ah. I actually scan all this, so I'll give it to you to post a link up. I scan all the pages because I want everyone to see it.
Okay.
I don't know if that's copyright or anything, but it might be. And then what a lot of people know me for is also I import a lot of toys from Japan. So like, these are all the toys I've gotten that I kept because I really wanted to keep the ones that are hard to get. So this is like a small mini version of Honda Element.
Huh. That's cool.
And then this is like a more bigger scale Honda Element. This is actually, I forget which model this is. It's called Ed Bros. It's a little bit bigger. And then this is the one that most people are accustomed to seeing, like this Tommy Honda Element. This is actually a very rare gray one. It's hard to find this color. Usually they come orange, but yeah, it's that. So they're all like this.
And it's funny because they didn't really make the Honda Element very long in Japan. It was like only 2 years, right?
They only made it from 03 to 06. They didn't get to 07, 08, and 9, 11. So all the ones you see over there are like black body clad and everything on there. So it's interesting they were able to make a lot of toys and cool things about it for there. I think it's very popular in there, and that's why. I also got some cool little trinkets. I'm actually working on this mod to make my rear gas door pop open. You know how we have to pull it open?
Right.
There's a latch on the Japanese side. In Japan, they have a latch that, like a normal car, right? You pull the latch, your thing pops. So this is the Japanese version. If you notice, it doesn't have a hole to put your finger in.
Right.
Because it's supposed to pop with the hatch. Where ours has a hole in it, or you pull your finger.
Right.
It's actually weird because in Japan they're adding our gas door lids because they don't want to pop it. They want to be able to pull the door open. But I'm always worried that someone's gonna steal my gas. So this is the mod that I'm gonna do. I'm using a CRV pop latch, but so this is gonna be something coming up pretty soon. I'm gonna actually give this cap to I think to Drizzo because he wanted it for his car. And then the last thing I got from Honda Element is my door. So Honda Elements from Japan are right-hand drive. So these switchers actually go on the right side, passenger side. So if you look at the curve,
Right.
this is actually the driver's side, which has no switches on there. But now this is the passenger side. I bought it because mostly I wanted the folding mirror button. Because right now I'm using an RSX folding mirror, which is like not proper. But yeah, these are all the little trinkets I got from Japan. Not gonna be doing too much of that anymore just because of the tariffs and things and whatnot. But yeah, this is my Honda Element that I kind of built with some Japanese inspiration, some motorsports mixed in, and kind of feeling as I go. I don't want to rush into doing something that I don't need yet. So eventually, you'll see more get built out.
Dude, the attention to detail is freaking awesome. It's just like the little subtle touches, the little Japanese parts here and there. I think it's super awesome, and your build is definitely inspirational for like us Honda Element owners because we look at it, it's like, wow, your Honda Element could be something like super clean, super cool, and then also functional because you take it like snowboarding and you bring your friends. I think it's awesome. I like to define these builds as like kind of OEM plus, you know?
Yeah.
I really, really like what you've done, man.
Last thing I didn't bring up was this car is actually lifted, but it's actually lifted unconventionally. I know most of the time people use those spacers to raise the car a little bit. This actually is on a lift in the front 1 inch with Dobson CRV springs. They're like a lift spring. And the rear is using CRV rear Bilsteins that give it an inch lift through the shock. So I wanted to have that more, I guess, a spring and shock lift versus a versus a spacer. So that's why this car's a little bit lifted as well.
Wilson, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate you showing us your Honda Element. And of course, thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and also check out our channel memberships to get exclusive members only content. And I'll leave links to all the products that Wilson used down below in the description, as well as the link to the magazine so you guys can check that out because that's really cool. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.